The R1 is a great machine. I freaking love it, but the exhaust has got to go. So today we are going to be installing a new exhaust system on my 2023 Yamaha R1. I actually did a little DIY mod on the stock system. I went ahead and did a servo delete and took the cables out that open the valve in the exhaust, and then you can just flip the spring on this valve, and then the valve is always open. From the factory, that valve is only opened at really high RPM when you're full throttle, and then it sounds actually pretty good. I think it bypasses some of the catalytics, works great. But nothing beats an aftermarket SC Project full titanium exhaust system. Waited a couple months to get this kit, finally came in today, so of course we're going straight onto the R1 with it. What's really cool is the R1 from the factory has titanium headers on it, and so a lot of the aftermarket kits are just I think they call this a 3/4 system. So these are the link pipes that will bolt and attach to the headers, and then they feed into this pipe, which has the muffler on the back of it. So now we'll have a full titanium system, titanium headers, titanium links, titanium can, freaking sweet. Before we get really into it though, let's get a quick sound check of the factory exhaust system with the DIY flip mod. So honestly, not too bad for a stock bike. That servo valve flip mod really does make a big difference. If you have an R1 and you don't want to go to a full exhaust, or maybe you're like me and we're just stuck waiting to get it for so long, just take this cover off, flip that servo, put a servo buddy in the bike, and yeah, you free up a little bit of sound. But it is time to get this big, ugly, heavy exhaust system off and get the SC Project fitted. Before I get too far along, I wanted to show you what I meant by flipping the servo valve. This is the valve on the factory Yamaha exhaust, and it's just got this coiled up spring on it right here. And if you look in the pipe, this might be hard for you guys to catch. Yeah, it's not going to be able to focus that. Oh, maybe. No, now it's all hazy from the heat. Anyways, normally this valve is in the closed position, and if you just take off this little nut, take this assembly out, you can bend these spring tabs around to then force the valve to always be in the open position. Then you can get rid of the cables that run up through the bike, get rid of the actual servo box that's located under the tail housing, plug in a servo buddy to turn off the air code, and you have a quick little mod to make your bike sound a little better. quick pro tip. If you're making a YouTube video of an exhaust install and you decide to rev the bike a whole bunch to get a before clip and then immediately work on it, get some welding gloves because this stuff's pretty hot. So make sure you subscribe because I'm burning myself for your enjoyment and content. All right, now, how does this come off? All right, there it is. So we are deleting this entire ugly, massive catalytic converter system. That's got to be at least 10 or 15 pounds. And that new SC Project is all titanium, no cats. It weighs like 2 pounds. It's ridiculous. So more noise, more horsepower, and way lighter. All right, time to put the pipes on now. While they're still off the bike, I'm going to go ahead and thread the O2 sensors into them and actually tighten them. That way you don't accidentally have to start twisting this O2 sensor up and get it all the cables in a bind. Because I tried chasing this wire and it goes off into the bike, so I don't want to take the bike all the way apart just to unplug it. Whereas I can do that, give it a little snug tightness. Done. And boom. Simple as that. Do the other side real quick, put clamps on. We're almost done. Now with these exhaust systems, before you tighten anything down, it is best to get everything threaded in, get everything installed, and then we'll start tightening up clamps because you want to have a little bit of wiggle room to get everything to fit right. Kind of like so, guys. Dude, that looks so sick already. No way. All right. Let me give everything another good shove and seat. Now we got some springs to put on. Let's put those on first to help pull all this nice and tight. And then we'll tighten up the 2 bolts and then we'll do the clamps. So sick. Boom. Oh yeah. All right, everything feels good to me. So let's go ahead and start tightening all of these parts down. Now, since this entire system is titanium, we want to always make sure that you wipe it down with some alcohol or brake clean or something that won't leave any residue or oils behind. Because if you have any oily thumbprints or fingerprints from your hands and the titanium goes through a heat cycle, it'll basically etch itself into the titanium and you'll see the marks you made in your fingerprints. So I'm going to wipe the bike down, or wipe the system down really quick. I'm just going to use a microfiber and some O'Reilly brand brake clean. It's non-chlorinated, so it won't leave any residue. And then we'll let that dry and then freaking fire it up. Dude, that's it. It probably took me 30 minutes to do this install. Super easy, looks sick, really cleans up the bike. There's a big open area now underneath it. Some people like that, some people don't. If you don't, you can get a belly pan that'll smooth all this out and actually free up a little bit of your aerodynamic efficiency. A lot of the GP and WSBK bikes for the R1s have these massive belly pans that cover all this stuff up. So that might be something we look into in the future. But I'm super excited to hear this thing, so let's go ahead and fire it up. So that is way louder than I actually thought it would be. It's actually kind of ridiculous. It is so loud. But geez, that looks so sick on the side profile. I have no idea if the mic was able to capture that much sound. It's supposed to auto gain, but who knows? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because in a couple days, I'm going to drop the bike off at the local dyno tuner. He's going to flash the ECU to match this new exhaust system with the cat delete, turn off the air codes and whatnot, and then we'll be able to go for a ride along and do a full dedicated sound video with the SC Project exhaust on my R1. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll see you later.